Spanish.
No, no burning crosses yet, but that would be
According to the Spectrum,
welcome.
we'll never have it on the marquee at the
The
Hilton.
Hilton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, damn shame that.
Yeah, cheers, big ones.
How long have y'all been together?
A year.
But June
A lot longer than that.
'86.
A year and a half,
Not
Since
approximately.
a beer and a half.
a year and a half ago.
A year and a half now.
About a year.
We think we're doing pretty good.
Is that about right? Well, with Johnny
June-
Cole, we started our first
We originally had Johnny Cole in the band, who sings for the Slippery Dogs, and we originally had him in the band, and that band started around June of '86.
With
First,
that show at the Smokehouse.
yeah, the first time we played live, we did 4 songs.
Well, Mirrorhead.
Mirrorhead.
Yeah, one of which was an improvisational number called Mirrorhead.
Heavily moving in A.
I think I made it there for that one.
Yeah. And then a couple months after that, Johnny Cole dropped out of the band to play more with the Slippery Dogs, and Chana started singing with us.
Okay. Well, do you do a lot of original material?
We've just been doing that as it comes along. We've probably run 9 or 10. Not,
9 or 10.
Not a lot.
But they're good.
Well,
They're
Who
okay.
does most of the writing, or kind of?
Sean's
I've written most of the songs. John's written 2 songs.
Okay. Do you do most of the singing too? I noticed you saying.
We're trying to get it about half and half evened out.
It pretty much is now.
Lately, I like to sing my songs that I write, so that ends up being, of course, the songs that she writes. She sings. It's pretty. We try to get it even on the covers, trying to move as much emphasis to her as me, since she won't be standing around.
Mm-hmm.
Sprinting off stage.
Sprinting off
Well,
stage.
since she doesn't have a guitar, she doesn't have anything to do with her
That's
hands.
right.
It's
She can
yeah.
play
on
with.
stage.
Yeah,
Nothing to
saxophone
hide
just stand
behind.
there and hold it sometimes, but
The tambourine.
it's heavy.
Sleigh bells, maybe.
Yeah.
Just be a visual aid.
thought we could use a set of chimes in a band.
I was thinking
Okay,
of those wooden
sure.
things, you know. Anyway.
Is there any places around here in particular you play a lot, or?
We heavily endorse Lily's.
Yeah.
It's the main place to play in town as far as music that is not as accessible
Yeah.
to the masses, which doesn't mean that a lot of people don't show up, like Jose's, other places like that, which have other bands don't really want our flavor of bands in there. We have
Well, Karen has turned out to be pretty much the most open-minded bar manager in town.
in Arkansas.
And maybe even in Arkansas, as
think.
far
Yeah.
as young bands or bands that are trying something different, or people that don't want
very
to sound
open to
like,
ideas.
yeah, people that want to try something different.
Have you played any gigs out of town?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, we have.
One
Elaborate on
number.
that a little bit. Yeah.
We played in Huntsville and Tulsa, and we played several times in Springfield with our friend
Flip.
Jim Bob.
Yeah, we've played with this other band
Our mentors.
like 7 times now. We've played with the
Yeah.
Jim Bobs from Springfield, Missouri. 3
Yeah.
times up there and 3 times down here and 1 time in Tulsa.
It's serious enough that we know all their names and they know all ours.
Okay.
How
We had
serious
one
the friendship
We
terrifying
have-
gig at Little Rock, which was
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that. I heard something about
Our
that.
lives were in danger.
I wasn't there.
it was truly love
We
of
can't
art
repeat
that
what was said to us.
Yeah, there was no power in the building when we got there, except for a generator that Sean had to try to ground.
the fellow
properly.
running it grounded it to a car.
We got shocked a lot while we were playing. There were people in the audience with squirt guns, which weren't helping any.
They terrorized the
Said I
Scum
missed
Bunnies
that
too.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Scum Bunnies
Yeah.
played, and they wanted to kill the Scum Bunnies. They
They were
just
ready
wanted
to
to kill them.
kill the scum bunny.
It was really too bad.
Yeah, I understand it was a hardcore crowd, and maybe you weren't hardcore enough for them.
I guess not. We
I don't know.
Well, I
Unintelligible.
understand
There, I've
that
seen some really
they hang
cool.
out just to do that.
That's just their
I have
weekend
some friends,
activity.
Yeah, that they don't know who's playing. They don't listen. They just go and yell and scream. And
But they paid $5, so
yeah, they pay. I mean, you
they
know.
paid
Monetarily, it worked out fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some really cool, interesting hardcore crowds. It's not like all hardcore crowds are like that, but
Yeah.
this one was
Oh,
particularly
no.
vicious, brutal,
I don't know
and
what
Same.
stupid high school kids.
yeah.
Well,
Not that all
vicious,
kids,
brutal, and
not all
drunk.
high school kids are stupid, however.
We don't want to
Don't
make any
offend
big
anybody.
across-the-board statements here.
But in this case,
Yeah,
We'll
people in
make you
Fayetteville
say.
are righteous, but
Fayetteville's hardcore crowd is righteous.
Totally.
Well, I got one more question about your sound, overall sound. What are you really aiming for as far as the type of music?
Belong, whatever we can find.
well, since we're writing a lot of our songs, I mean,
Just
it's different. It's hard to say. Generally, we tend to edge toward a harder edge sound than a lot of bar bands. We shun ditto covers. We try not to do that. That's
And try to
just
keep
try
our
to
covers.
have a flavor to everything we do
Yeah.
that can be identified to us.
There's certain things that, I mean, we have different strengths, and as far as guitar, as far as like Mark's guitar sound or Sean's guitar sound and stuff like that, and we just try to, whenever we cover a song, don't try to sound particularly like the person who did it originally. Just work it towards
Try
our
to keep it
strength.
exciting
Yeah.
so that the crowd like it. It's really fun to do.
Try to do songs that people have never heard of too, and that way
Yeah.
they can't tell that you didn't write it.
Maybe get the
That's what
doors
we're really
covered,
good at.
That's just
I
take it from there.
caught a few minutes of your Greek amphitheater thing last weekend. How'd that go?
That was
That
wonderful.
was great.
Yeah,
that was
it was
the best,
fantastic.
That's
the
we've
best
ever
time
played.
we've ever put. I think, because the crowd was into it and we were into it.
It's really
and that was
fun.
really
People
cool.
rushed the stage at the last song. It was great. It was really funny.
We had to
Yeah.
play an encore. It was great.
Yeah.
I imagine it was pretty interesting playing in the Greek amphitheater itself. How were the acoustics there?
It was not bad at all. We had all our instruments mic'd, which is we're not used to, really.
Yeah.
And that turned out a lot better than I thought it would. It's really good, and plus this thing is just enormous, and we could
Run
Yeah.
all over the
walk
place.
around
Yeah,
and
they
run
were
around,
like-
which is great.
And the people, that were dancing, they're so nice here in Fayetteville. I was down there for a minute when my sprinting's off the stage, and they said, well, we want to raid the stage in the last song. Is that okay?
Fine with
Very
that.
polite,
Go
hardcore
for
crowd
it.
here.
Yeah, ask permission first before we... I think that's fun.
Yeah. Well, you gonna play a little bit for us here tonight?
I think 2 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are these originals or cover tunes? Both of them are
Both.
originals? Okay.
Yeah, both originals, both written by Sean.
Do you seem to get a better reaction from your originals or from the cover tunes?
It's really exciting to start playing a cover tune, an original that we wrote, and have people recognize it immediately just from our playing. I
And
think
they've seen you enough
And
times?
they do.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think that's
it.
great.
Some of
Yeah,
it
that's
well.
really gratifying. A lot of times, that's why you do covers, because people recognize them and react to them sometimes.
It's great when you get requests for your own songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People recognize
It's been great.
the song
This
first
last
starts
year has
and
been
people
fantastic.
right out on the dance floor.
Yep.
They know the song.
Well, have you gotten a regular following then?
I would
Bring-
think so.
It's becoming a cult
There are
group around
people
here.
that
Cold group.
there are people that come see us.
Really? Hi, Gary.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, people that come all the time.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Well, people need to have something to do, and they know that
Yeah.
it's at least enjoyable.
What's an interchangeable thing? I mean, there are other interesting bands. We all go see bands in town, other bands that are trying new stuff a lot. You support bands, and you play in bands, and a lot of the people that come see us play in, are playing together, not necessarily in bands, but they just jam together.
Yeah, it's a
Their
really
houses and things like that. It's real active, and there isn't a whole lot of separation between. It's not like, oh, we're the musicians and
Yeah.
they're the audience. There isn't
Never
really
been
necessarily
funny.
that barrier. It's just
That's what I love
people
about
you
independent.
hang out with.
Okay.
Music.
Well, let's break away and do a couple songs and come back after that and talk some more,
Okay.
okay?
Right.
Are you happy with what they are?
What?
Hey.
Well, we're back. What a great audience, huh?
Oh, we love ourselves.
Yeah.
Very appreciative.
Okay. Somebody asked me a question. No, wait, I'm supposed to be asking the questions. What'd y'all do this summer? Anything exciting?
Ask her.
What did you do this summer?
Well, I worked as a counselor at a Girl Scout camp in Nemo, Texas.
Nemo?
Nemo, and I'm sure you've all heard of it.
Is that where?
Post office.
Is that where you picked up this interesting jewelry here?
No, not at
Little
Nemo.
bondage
That's
or
mine.
something? Oh,
Is that yours?
No,
It's Eric's.
no.
Oh, I thought Garfield used to.
Yeah, the thing that was on Garfield was the thing that got left at our house.
Well, this was given to me as a Christmas present
Oh, okay,
last
sorry.
year
Okay.
by a very good friend of mine.
Must be a real good.
I had one just like it that.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's mine now.
Anyway,
So.
what happened?
But she's the only one that did anything interesting
writing
this summer. The rest
Oh,
of us did.
yeah, so I rode horses.
Except Helen. Helen was gone too.
Oh, that's true.
What'd you do this summer, Helen?
Well, I was in Taos, New Mexico for a German summer school for 6 weeks.
Speak German.
Spoke nothing but German, sort of.
I know you're going up to the university up here. What's your degree in?
German.
Foreign
What's your
language?
major?
All right.
So major.
You plan on moving to
Major.
Germany?
I don't know. I think
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
go
that's
rock
interesting.
first. And
I guess you could be a translator at the UN or something exciting
Yeah.
like that.
If I can't do that, I'll just become a heart surgeon.
Okay.
Something serious, at least.
Yeah.
Speak German to operate on people.
Rock star heart surgeon. You know, low profile career.
I do it all.
What do you do, Sean?
I work at Polly's restaurant in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Everybody should eat there.
Okay. Food's
We
pretty
make
good
good
there.
food.
They're
I
smart
make
now.
sandwiches.
When you say Polly, is that parrot? You
Just yours.
mean they cook parrots there, like Polly's?
Not much, really. We were trying to.
Cut down on the parrots
down
a
on
little
the
bit.
parrots.
Yeah, I'm sure. Humane Society
I
might
used
get
to
up in
work at
arms
LJ's
about that.
restaurant.
Yeah, carrots.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of carrots.
These synthetic parrot.
Synthetic.
Synthetic carrots?
Parrot.
Okay.
Anyway,
Mark works at San
how about you, Eric?
I work at LJ's restaurant
Okay.
and lounge.
Oh, wow.
Beverly Lounge.
Can you guys hear that creaking in this building? I think there's some kind of large animals roaming around in here or something. Maybe it's one of your pets, huh?
It was raining earlier.
Is that what it is?
It's going to cave in here.
You guys plan on doing music professionally for the rest of your lives, if you can
Oh,
get
I
into
know
it?
I am.
Yeah.
Because I can't do anything
Until we
else.
die, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else.
Basically, we're incapable of anything serious.
Massage parlor, we tried that.
Yeah.
And then left it off. Maybe we should have changed the name.
What was the name?
Lou and Mace, your thrills pay our bills.
Oh, that's right. Come to think of it, I remember Helen used to go by the name Bubbles. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Used to be a bubble dancer.
She
T-Rock.
still does.
She-Ra.
then.
She's
Yeah.
She-Ra now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Work on the sidewalk.
And you're so good, really. If you did it all the time.
Whip that sword out.
We promised we wouldn't talk
So
about
what's your
that, all
sign,
right?
Steve?
What's my sign?
Yeah, what's your sign?
I'm a fish. Pisces,
Pisces.
you know.
Pisces.
And I hate the water.
I could tell by the top of your head that you were a Pisces.
I have bumps on my head.
Well,
Can you read the
Yeah.
bumps?
These gills over here down back behind your ear
Jade,
that
you're
really
away
give
from
it
me,
away.
anyway.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice that.
That's why you wear this, huh?
It's to cover up a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn? What about you, Helen?
Gemini.
Gemini?
I'm an Aries.
Aries, on that fingers.
I'm a Leo.
Leo, what about you, Mark?
Sagittarius.
All right. Well,
Of course.
I'm a Cubs child.
we've just about got to.
So we believe in mixed bands. That way we get, you know.
See. Speaking of mixed bands, how do you get along with guys? I was asked not to ask that question. but I
We
just
hate.
asked.
Actually, we hate each other pretty much.
Usually when we're
except
doing
we're
album
playing.
productions, we have to go into separate rooms.
A lot of
We
those,
can't even interact.
Kind of the
Well,
Beatles.
I've
can't.
been I shipped my parts in
Yeah.
California.
He phoned his parts in.
Just
And it turned out
recorded,
fine.
just played them right into the telephone. Recorded them off the other end.
Or you guys are so big that when we play we can't fit all in the same room.
It's really
need a
hard
lot of
to sit
overhead
on the
space.
couch with
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah.
it's kind of
Take
repulsive.
ego downers.
Even though four of us live together, but other than that.
Well, let's talk about that.
Never
That
play
sounds
it
pretty
well.
interesting. How'd that come about? You just
Yeah.
different rooms.
Yeah. You don't
Really give everybody a padlock and keys and...
you don't want to give out your address, do you? People
everyone knows
watching.
your address.
Yeah, really. Some friends of ours came down to, was it when the Jim Bobs were playing?
Yeah.
What was this?
Or something, I think.
Rick, there was something going on in town, and some friends that we met in Springfield came down, and they didn't know our address, and they wandered around. They went to this, what was this, like a party with a whole bunch of loud music and
Yeah, like a funk party or something.
funk.
nude dancing girls and a whole bunch of funk music and
just wasn't
weird
our
stuff in the
scene.
background. And
Way
they
out of town.
walked in, looked around, and said that they were looking for. After they wandered around for a while, felt sort of out of place. They asked the host, oh, we don't really know anyone here. We're looking for Jesus Lee Jones. They said, oh, those guys, they live down over there,
Oh, Mark, he plays guitar. Yeah,
they live down that way.
Yeah, we know them.
And told them where we live.
I was going to ask Mark, you work in a record store, you hear a lot of new sounds and everything. How do you think your bands sound compared to contemporary music?
Yes,
I
Mark,
mean-
how do we sound
Are we
compared to
done
contemporary
yet?
music? I notice you always skirt that issue at home, so do tell us.
Well, we don't sound anything like the new Rush album.
But there has
For
been
this restart.
a new wave of a more of a, I guess, a 60s sound, trying to recapture a little bit of the...
That's true. I don't compare us to anybody else. I mean, I know
Yeah.
my influences and everybody else's influences, but I don't.
Well, who are your influences? Who's your main one?
As far as guitar playing, Johnny Thunders is probably my main influence, and I know and Lou Reed a lot, and
Well, everybody take a turn
Chana's
here.
really
What's
into
yours?
Susie and the Banshees.
Oh, for me, it's Exene. Absolutely. She's mine.
I can see that.
Yeah.
What about you, Eric? Do you have anybody that you...
I don't know. I mean, and as far as bass playing, there are a lot of different bass players that I think are great. I like Mike Watt. Yeah, no, Mike Watt, the guy that plays for Firehose and who played for the Minutemen, is just fantastic, real funky. And there are a lot of great bass players, but I don't really listen to music just for bass particularly.
I know for Sean, it's Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I like early Frank Sinatra, too, in all seriousness.
But come
But
on, Sean. Wayne is your ultimate.
I've never really spent much time with Wayne, to tell you the truth.
I always thought you favored Donovan just a little bit. You know.
I saw Donovan several times in California, and I thought he was great.
Arlo Guthrie, too. There's a little Arlo in your appearance.
Never seen him. I like the Minutemen a lot as far as the songwriting goes. Very
Yeah.
short, concise, very pretty.
That leaves you, Helen.
Well, as far as drumming
Loved
is
all
concerned,
superstar.
yeah. Well, as far as drumming is concerned, Buddy Rich is. I mean, I wish I could play like him. I can't, but I do idolize him. And
Well, Buddy's dead now, so
Or did I?
I
Plenty
guess
of
you can,
room.
Yeah.
well,
kinda
maybe
fill his
maybe
shoes
I can
now.
now be
Who were
the
you
best.
Bunny
drummer in the
Rich.
world.
You were saying the drummer for...
Oh, Bunny Rich. Oh, that's...
no, not Bunny Rich.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I think this
What's his name?
sounds really silly, but the guy that used to play drums for Iron Maiden is
Yeah.
really great. I don't really like Iron Maiden that much, but he was really great. Clive Burr, I think his name is. But as far as all-around music is concerned, I don't know. I have too many bands I like. I like the Meat Puppets a whole lot.
I do too.
And God, what else? I love the Stooges. I
Yeah.
love the Love Dolls. And I
Iggy
love
and the
Brett
Stooges,
Williams.
Alex Chilton.
Alex.
The Replacements.
Replacement. Oh,
Replacement.
That's it
God,
for me.
that's a definite.
Well, it sounds like all of you might like some of the same groups, some different ones, but you're all kind of in the same mode.
There's a common area, where
Kind of
everything
sort
sort
of
of.
trashy,
Surrounded by barbed
There's a
wire.
garage where all these people live, all these
Socially
people that we
alert.
listen to.
Generally.
Yeah, socially aware, garage rock.
Oh, as far as covers go, we pretty much play what we like individually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like this song.
Speaking of political music, do you write any political songs? Or?
Generally, either that or love songs.
Well, we can always use more of those. Right?
I write about nature.
Yes, he writes
Not
about
too many songs about rock and roll.
Well,
Yeah, that's
We haven't written any.
that
songs
theme
about-
has been covered a little bit.
We haven't written any
Yeah,
songs
done it.
about tearing up hotel rooms yet or anything.
Leave that for Joe Walsh.
Speaking of tearing up hotel rooms, who is the Keith Moon band? Who's the wild man?
Our drummer.
Oh, it's
It's
gotta be
Helen.
Helen.
Annie Mogg.
She-Ra.
We were thinking of putting her in chains.
Sort of the animal thing
Yeah,
off
like
the
in the
Muppets.
Muppet movie. Yeah.
And she does try to leap over the stick a couple of times, but
You have to hold her back.
How does it feel being stuck behind the band all the time?
I don't know. I have to move around as much as possible, within limits, just so people will notice me.
Well,
I am an attention
One side of the stool to the
I've
other.
always wanted to ask you.
What?
What do our asses look like? That's all
I don't
you ever
know.
see.
Oh, do you ride? You guys all
Actually, I
ride?
don't look at your ass that much.
Right.
Yeah, is it mules or burros?
Burros.
You rent them out
Burros.
for like kiddie rides and stuff like
Well,
We were-
when
we
we go
were-
out of town, we pack all our equipment on burros.
Back to basics.
We're going to
BRTs,
Little Rock.
yeah.
We're going to Little Rock next week, and we're going to do the burro thing. But
We're
if
gonna
anyone
need
has
the
a
burro.
band that they want to give us,
Yeah, but since
it'd be a lot easier,
we
and
don't know how to
it'd be
insure
better
burros.
for the animals.
Everything.
And plus, we wouldn't have to leave 4 days before we want to leave.
Yeah.
We gotta leave in about an hour.
It takes a long time for a burro to get to Little Rock.
As soon as this
We're
interview's
thinking of
over,
taking the
Which
pig
is
trail.
downhill.
we're packing it up.
Okay.
We're loading the burros out of here.
It's already
We're
passed.
going.
I've got one question for you. When you go overseas to tour, how are you going to take the burros? Are you going to...
Oh, that's
They
a
can
good one.
swim. Have you ever seen a burro swim? They
No, I
do
can't
real
say.
well, real well.
Yeah.
This is beautiful here.
Yeah. Wilford, get serious if that's possible for just a minute. I know there's a lot of local studios, recording studios around here. Have you planned on doing any recording?
We have no money to record yet. We're,
Pretty much the
We're
reason we're doing
poor
this
band.
interview is for sponsors.
Yeah.
So if anybody
Who wants
wants
to
give us
sponsor us?
some
Do you have a
money-
product?
Well, why don't you give them your phone number, and then if anybody's interested, they can call in. Anybody want to volunteer their number?
521-8463.
Okay.
Get a lot of information from that.
Okay. That goes for bookings, too, if anybody
Booking,
wants.
And weather.
booking times were available.
Time and weather.
Temperature.
Really?
What?
What did you say?
I said nothing.
I swear I heard her say
a
something.
mumble of some sort. Maybe you're hungry.
We did actually do a little
Stomach is
recording,
growing.
a little 4-track recording with a friend of ours, 4-track, that we weren't able to mix it down properly, and we're trying. We'd really like to get something together.
Well, I think you guys sound great, and I'm not just saying that as part of the show. I really think you
We're
sound good.
saying that
Have a
so
lot
that
of
we
potential.
won't kill you, because we're sitting on all.
Well, that's true.
more about-
That's true. That's true.
All you've got is that microphone. Get that away from me.
Yeah.
We
Well,
got instruments.
I can run pretty fast. Anyway, I think we're going to have to close here, and would all y'all like to say goodbye to your parents or something? Go right ahead. Bye. We'll see you next time on Music Profiles.